Hi everyone, welcome to today's new moon ritual. Today is a new moon in Virgo, so I came across this cool article that I'm going to go over with you guys, and then I'll post the link of it in there. And inside of it, it has a really cool new moon like ritual. Let me just get Maya in here. Let's see.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hold on, I have my Bluetooth thing on.
My,
Hold on 1 second. Hi, Lulu. Yes. Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right.
So I was just saying I have this cool article that I found through one of my clients. Actually, she sent me over this yesterday, and I figured it would be fun to do this ritual. It's super simple, and all you need is a jar and your journal. And so what I did was I printed our new moon ritual. So I know everyone that's in this group already has one. So what I find is easy to just look over, on paper. You can take some notes, like see what works for you. So I figured we can just get started, and I'll show you like what I have here. Like this is like not my like permanent altar. It's just something I just like add in here like as I go, but it seems to work for me for now. And say hi to Amia. She'll be joining us today.
Hi, baby.
Hi. She's gonna be playing
That's
with us.
my girl.
Say hi. Are you ready to do some new moon manifesting? She's so excited.
Yeah, awesome.
She's so excited. So
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out my lighting here. I'm like so white. I mean, like bright.
Yeah. That's all right.
It's making me squint.
So I just want to show you guys what I have, and I have stuff throughout the house. So depending like where I am, because like right now I'm in the basement with her, so I'll have like my little corner where I could just like recenter and breathe and stuff. So anyway, this I have my sage, and I keep the sage here. And if I want to like sage the house, I bring it throughout the house. For today, I just lit some rose candles. I burned incense earlier. Then I have like my pendulum crystal, which is amazing. And then I'm just gonna put on some frankincense oil, which is super awesome for like meditating.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll actually just put that on now. And what I did was I have like a separate journal for this, and I'll put some on, baby. And I did 2 different pages. So, and you could do whatever you want. You could do it all on one page. You can, just do it on regular paper, whatever works. But I just want to keep mine in like one place, so then I can, keep track and see like what manifested already, and I could cross that off. So on one side, I wrote New Moon in Virgo, Seeds of Hope, which is the ritual that we'll be doing. And all we'll need is the pen and the glass of jar.
I do have that.
Yay! Hi. So that's for one side, and that I'm gonna go over in a little bit. Then the next page I have, which is like the standard, I wrote New Moon in Virgo. I wrote today's date, and I wrote underneath that, I accept these things or something better into my life now for my highest good and for the highest good of all concerned. So that you will find in the new moon guide. Sorry, I'm like, she just woke up from her nap. So.
And I'm like, for some reason, my lighting is driving me crazy. So, because my face is like,
oh,
sorry.
You look beautiful. You look like a goddess.
Well, I was trying, because I had all these papers, so I was trying to like spread out on the floor. Usually I'm in a different spot, so I'm just like, anyway, so.
Yeah, I find myself like papers all around me all the time when I'm doing things. Yeah. So anyway, so this quote that I put on top is found, it's step 5 in the guidebook, right, that we made out. So it's like the declaration of like whatever you manifest is good for you and it's good for everyone involved. Because sometimes when you want to manifest something, and yeah, it might work for you, but you want it to be good for your family and everything else. So this
Right.
really like clarifies that. And sometimes you don't get things you manifest for because then maybe it's not good for your kids or something like that. And so you have to like trust the process. And that's this kind of like is like the insurance for that, you know, I feel.
Right.
So let's go through the steps really quick. You could look over the tools. So you want to get clear. You want to do cleansing. So I took like a nice long shower. You could do like visualize pure white light, you know, when you're showering, just like washing over you to like cleanse you. You could take a bath, and Epsom salt bath with some oils. That's really cool. Then step 3 is to center yourself and ground. So you can visualize roots coming from the base of your spine all the way down to the core of Mother Earth. So that's like really grounding and allows you to be in your body when you do this. So the next thing is to set your intentions, and this is what I did, was to use this journal, and I'm gonna just write down a couple things with you guys. So if you wanna just think of some things you want to desire, and this could be something that you want to desire in the next like 30 days. I find that that's a really cool thing. And then underneath you could write like bigger goals, I would say, you know, so you could play around with that.
So Michaela, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you're using your journal, but are you also using your the happiness tracker? Because I know that's what I used last month. Is the
right, and I have the happiness.
Sorry, my lighting is so bad that you can't even see it. But so I printed out a blank one of these, and that's where I'm going to set some of my intentions there.
Right.
So are you doing both?
I do both, just to write like general stuff, and then I kind of like break it down into you know, like make it like pretty in here. And then this I keep in like a folder, and I put on top every time I put like a new one on. So yes, I do both. So I'm gonna do more like writing like after we get off. So I'm not just gonna like sit here and write. Or I could actually do that after we get off. But I just wanted to show like how I set up my the process. And you know what? Actually, I will write mine because I'm not going to read mine out loud anyway. So I will use the happiness tracker, and so I'll write things down, you know, that I wish for my morning routine, scheduling, financial freedom, evening routine, spirituality, and relationships.
Right, which is really like most areas of life.
Exactly.
You know, like,
exactly.
Yeah. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to actually like write this stuff down after this, and then Michaela and I will probably pop back on, you know, tomorrow or the next day and kind of do a review and talk about how it went. Because I know last month we kind of approached it and thinking that it was just going to be this like energizing thing, and it actually is like new moon is actually like more of a like going within thing.
Exactly.
And it kind of turned stuff up for us, and we were both like rather surprised. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, as we approach it maybe a little bit differently, how our bodies and minds and energy responds.
Yeah, and I feel much energized during this new moon. For some reason, like I feel really like much better than last month. But yeah, that's the cycle we have. So anyway, so yeah, you don't need a journal. I think if you print these out and, you know, just date it with the month and put on top what the new moon, like today is the new moon in Virgo, so you could put that up on top and then write your intentions for that month. And then if we want on the other side, I'm going to go over the ritual that we're going to do. So on the other side of this paper, so you don't use paper, you could have it all on one, you can do this. I'm getting calls.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what was going on.
So she writes in this article, she said, this whole beautiful story, and she goes, it's hard to keep going when you feel everything about the world or yourself is wrong. So the more you feel this way, the more we are to look for the confirmation of our misgivings. So where our attention goes, energy flows. When you look, you find. The new moon takes us into the shadowy places, the parts ourselves and the world that need healing. Today, the new moon is in Virgo, and so we have an opportunity to heal these shadows aspects of Virgo as we see them manifest in our lives. Feelings of inadequacy and despair are elements of Virgo's shadow aspect, but they are born out of some of Virgo's most beautiful qualities. Virgo has a strong drive to improve things. Where she sees suffering, she wants to end it. Where she sees a mess, the Virgo wants to clean it up. She's constantly working to perfect herself and the world she lives in. So hope is what the dark moon in Virgo brings us. And also the Virgo energy wants to feel effective. She wants to see that the energy she's putting towards manifesting her hopes is making a difference. Hi. So this is the spell, like it's a simple spell for new moon in Virgo. So you need to get a jar and create a label on the jar, which I'm going to do in a little bit, that says, what I see, I create. Exactly. You're on top of it. You said
it's like the one piece of homework that I was able to do.
And it works, balances out. So in your journal or in the back of your page, after you write, your intentions, you could write down one of the things you're most despairing about right now. So it could be something personal, like I can't concentrate, I'm always distracted, and can never get anything done. So beneath this journal entry, you're going to write, I've never done this, but it's called a banishing rune. It looks like a big diamond with a big X under it. And what you're going to do is every day until the next full moon in Aries, which is on October 5th. So you're going to get a strip of paper and write down one thing you notice during the day that shows you that there's still hope. So each day, if you see something that you've done towards that, big thing that you just feel so hopeless about, and you just write that one thing down. And so what you're going to do is you're going to place your... Hi. Come. She wants to be on. So you're going to place your observations in this jar of hope, right? And then on the full moon in Aries, which is next month, you're going to read your hope strips to a friend or post about them online, which I can do on here. And commit to taking one clear action based on how your perceptions have changed. So you're going to have this jar of hope, and you're going to see every day something happen towards that goal. Let it be relationship, financial, whether somebody like smiled at you, and you're looking for, like, you want to feel love, or somebody complimented you, or you got, a free coffee at Starbucks or something like that. Like all little things, just add them up.
Right. It's almost like a gratitude jar, but it's just a different twist on it. Michaela, we'll be sharing this article in the group. Yes. But I wanted to give a couple examples just to help people. So like some examples of things that you could be despairing about that she gave was an example of public would be global warming is real and no one is doing anything about it. We are all going to die miserable deaths. And then a personal one would be, I can't concentrate. I'm always distracted and I never get anything done. I'm feeling doomed to failure. These are really extreme in my opinion, but just an example, so for me, I know that, something as I navigate, the life of a single mom and those things, one thing is like feeling like rather like insecure about my financial capabilities to do all this on my own. Right. So I think that may be the thing that I write in my journal in some way, in a cleaner way.
Right. And I think I think my thing will be to focus on selling our, program to people for many different reasons. Same as you said, financially it'll be and helpful for me to be able to support myself doing this work. And secondly, what would be to help other women, you know, to
Yeah, the ripple effect.
the ripple effect. So I think that will be my my seeds of hope. And then every day I'll put in, like, whether we get new subscribers, I'll put that in the jar. Whether we get, you know, some other people that want to get, you know, try the course, like, put that in there.
Right.
So each day, and I'm sure there will be stuff, you know.
Right. Or positive emails, because we have been getting some positive feedback from the things that we've been sharing. So that's a good thing too.
Exactly.
Touching people. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great.
So I think that's a fun little exercise, right? Nice and light.
Yeah.
And they say, you know, you could keep this at your like little altar, or maybe in your room.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know for someone like me, I'm like, I do really well with structure. So having this this article that we'll share with you, having like, okay, step 1, do this, step 2, do this until, you know, October 5th. And like, so for me,
right,
who like, I feel like I'm, you know, I've got that like spiritual side to me, but having a little bit more structure to like how to do it is really helpful, especially as this is kind of a new practice for me, and I know it's a new one for you as well, Michaela.
Exactly. But it's fun, and I'm like excited. I've always wanted to do this, and I feel like I'm in like the beginning stages of it, but it's still fun, and it feels light and uplifting, you know, and
right,
gives you hope, like, you know, these things. So
yeah,
we'll post the article and how to, you know, do this exactly. You know, definitely print your worksheet and write your intentions on there. That really helps.
right.
And so
and I can share the link for the happiness tracker as well.
Right.
So I'll share this article by the Oracle of Los Angeles, and then I'll also share the Love Yourself to Happiness tracker that Michaela and I have been using to write our intentions on.
Exactly. And you could do this with a friend, which is always fun too, you know. You could
right, or do it in this group. You know, that's what this is here for, and that's why, you know I'm, you know, being open here about what my intention or my area of despair might be, because this is a closed group, that so it feels safe to me. So that's the intention of our creation of this group, to, you know, to be a safe place for us to, you know, improve our lives together.
Exactly. And it's more powerful that way than keeping it to yourself. And when you write it down and actually say it out loud, and especially if you share it with others, that's really, you know, powerful stuff.
Right. And then having, and then as far as, you know, like, you know, putting things in the jar, it could be, you know, an easy check-in every day of like, hey, what positive thing did you, you know, did you encounter today that showed you a glimmer of hope, you know? So just a simple check-in like that, and you're welcome to do it in the group, or, you know, have a individual, you know, real life friend that you do it with.
Exactly. And so I wish everyone's wishes come true, you know, when they're supposed to, at the right time, and just trust and, you know, let God, as they say, trust and let God, and trust the process. You know, even if it doesn't come up tomorrow, just know it's coming. And, you know, whatever you write down, visualize it every morning. Visualize seeing it and feeling it and how it would feel in your life. You know, because that's when you get that, it's called like inspired action to, yeah, okay, call that person, you know, that you're supposed to, that, you know, because you're just in alignment. So definitely, you know, believe it, see it, do your action, and then just let it go. Enjoy the process, right? As we've been saying,
let it go and enjoy the process.
Exactly. So we love you. Say hi.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
happy
please, you know, and please feel free to share and participate in whatever capacity you know feels good to you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.